Oh, do you know what? That was really cool streaming. I put a new feature on my videos today, and I thought, do you know what? I'm going to give it a try. How cool was that? An intro with snow. It's Christmas. Hey, everybody, look who I'm sitting next to. Mr. Professor Dr. Wally in the house. How you doing?
Hey, doing fantastic. Thank you for having me.
You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
Canada.
No, I think we should play Where's Wally? I think we should just put him around the room somewhere and say, Where's Wally? Do you know what? This man's bio, a professor, a rock god, and also some great music has come from this man. I'll tell you what, he's a great bio, and you know, he's been given over to us at the One Live show from a Mr. Kayden Gordon. So anybody who comes from Kayden, we know they're going to be good. Okay, we know their music is top quality. I've listened to Mr. Dr. Wally over there and his music today, and they are absolutely amazing music. You are going to love this man's music, I'll tell you when I play it later. So, everybody, welcome to One Life. It is Hump Day. It is Wednesday over in the UK. It's that middle of the week where everybody's like, they just want to get over the hurdle for the weekend. I just want to get the hurdle over to tomorrow because we have got the One Life Christmas party for Make-A-Wish Foundation, where all of your Christmas music is going to be played in one night. We are going to see how good your Christmas singles are this year. And we are also going to be having a big Christmas quiz. You are going to be getting a pen and paper out, and you're going to be tested on your Christmas knowledge tomorrow. 50 questions. And if you get below 30, I'm disappointed in you, okay? And you will be paying the Make-A-Wish Foundation a bit of a charitable donation, which I'll tell you at the end of the show. So, in relation to One Life, welcome Make-A-Wish Foundation. You have once again said hello to us. You have put your thumbs up, that you've watched the artists, that you're supporting us, and that's over in America and internationally. The Make-A-Wish Foundation has put a thumbs up today. So, welcome to Make-A-Wish Foundation all over the world. We know where you are, and we love what you do, okay? Make-A-Wish UK, thank you very much also for sticking your thumbs up. I actually found out that I worked with someone who worked for the charity Make-A-Wish. It just come up in conversation the other day, and I was like, wow, do you really? She's sponsored for 40 hours a month to work with Make-A-Wish Foundation, to do the paperwork, to support the people that have been put forward for Make-A-Wish Foundation. I was like, wow, what a job. Can you imagine that? Seeing the people's wishes as they first come through the door on a piece of paper? That'd be amazing. I'd absolutely love that job. Anyway, that was just something quite random. You know, you sort of meet everybody. And I think in terms of the One Life, we meet people all over the world. And obviously, Dr. Wally, I gather you're from Canada. Is that right?
That's right. From Canada, the Great White North, and from Oshawa, Ontario, Canada. So Oshawa's about 40 minutes east of Toronto, just to put you on the map. So, yeah.
Brilliant. Look at what we can do with One Life. We can reach so many people from around the world, you know, from Canada. And this is such a good link tonight. I'll tell you what, this is probably the best link I've done, you know. So well done. Thanks for coming into the show. In relation to One Life, okay, let's get those singles in. Let's get those Christmas singles in tomorrow because I'm running out of time. I've got a day left. Okay, so sending them in. If you want your music played, send it in. And also those memorabilia. I've got lots of people posting out lots of different memorabilia for our auction for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. I tell you what, we are going to be not hitting the mark because our government has sold our post office. So I think we're going to be having problems with our postal system. So we are going to move our auction to January, but it will still be Make-A-Wish. Okay, so sorry, Make-A-Wish Foundation. I think our post is going to have a bit of a nightmare over in the UK. I don't know what it's like over in Canada. Do you have
we were having a strike here for several weeks, and legislated back to work. So until May, there's really going to be a backlog here as well. So if you,
it's crazy, absolutely crazy. Yeah, you know, I think like I don't know about you, the youngsters, you know, will play knock and run on our door. You know, at night times, just to frighten everybody. It's the postman in the morning. He literally knocks and runs, but he doesn't knock. He just literally runs. You get this little card through your envelope, through your door, saying we went to try and deliver your Christmas present. And then you're thinking, well, you wasn't even there. You didn't even knock. You know, we all don't get our Christmas presents. It's terrible over here. Anyway, I'm putting the world to right tonight. I think it's because I'm tired. Anyway, let's get on with the show. Let's get on to Make the Wish Foundation. Let's get on to their video of the evening. And I have told Dr. Wally Bartfay that our video this evening features the one, the only Mr. Gordon Ramsay. Now, Gordon Ramsay is amazing everywhere. He's known in America. Everybody knows Gordon Ramsay. Everyone knows Gordon Ramsay. You know, absolutely great bloke. But he was given a challenge by the Make-A-Wish Foundation. 21 wishes in 24 hours. That is one piece of work by Mr. Gordon Ramsay. So, Mr. Ramsay, let's bring you to the stage and let's see how you got on with your 21 wishes. So I'm just going to go quickly behind the stage, everybody, and we're going to put on tonight's show.
I received an email from Make-A-Wish, who I work closely with. They create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses. Make-A-Wish saw the trailer for my new show, 24 Hours to Hell and Back, where I have 24 hours, literally, to transform failing restaurants and give them hope for a better future. With the theme of the show in mind, they presented me with a challenge of trying to confirm 24 wishes in just 24 hours. Trust me, that's a challenge that I would gladly accept. They've sent me a list of pending wishes to work from. So let's get to work.
We're going to make a young man's wish come true. Timothy, he's 16 years of age. His dream is to put together an amazing computer.
This way. We have a real special surprise for you. Right?
Hello, mate. Hello. Welcome. Happy Wish Day.
Thank you.
You good?
Yeah.
And all this here is yours. And this, man, is going to give you an insight to the sort of the nitty gritty of it, because I cook for a living, right? Okay. Eggs, bacon, I'm fine. This stuff is in a different league.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Happy?
Yeah.
Hello, mate.
Hey, man, how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
There's a young lady, Perla. Her big wish is to come to the show and to say hello and to watch a taping of the show.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Well yes, then we will do everything. We'll roll out the red carpet for her.
You're a star.
We will try to make it the single greatest show we have ever done, and we'll do it all for her.
Hello, gorgeous. I'm so happy that I can talk to you. You good? I can't wait to see you in that kitchen. But I'll make sure that when you're in there, it's a VVIP treatment, so the food will be delicious, okay? Only if you promise me, when you're not happy with the food, you send it back. It's a young guy, Jonah. He's only 6 years of age, and he's suffering from leukemia. But his wish, okay, is to come and meet you and decorate some cakes. Would you be up for granting that wish?
Absolutely, 100%.
I can't wait to see you, okay? And wherever we are, I'll make sure you spend a nice day and we get time to travel around set, okay?
Yeah.
Good man. We have one young man, Michael, age 17, that would love to come around and have a look at the garage.
Oh, sure, that'd be great. I do a lot of stuff with Make-A-Wish kids, so that's great. It's always fun. Sure.
Yeah.
You're not coming, are you?
Do you know what? I can't wait to come, but...
I gotta draw the line there. Michael's fine.
Hi, this is BJ Johnson with Monster Games.
Hi, BJ. It's Gordon. How are you, sir?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm very well indeed, thank you. As a young man, 7 years of age, Josiah, his big wish, BJ, is to come to an event and get a chance to meet you.
I'll grant his wish. He's going to come hang out with me and see what I go through during the day.
Yeah, well, man, I can't wait. So, sir, I've got a favour to ask.
Yeah, what's this about?
I have a young man by the name of Isaiah, who's 7 years of age, and his dream, Mr. Stein, is to come and actually meet you and say hello and show some of your secrets.
Yeah, I'd be delighted.
Hi, Steve, making your wish come true with some of your favourite goodies inside this bag. Enjoy, young man. We have 4 incredible wishes. Veronica, Annabelle, Skylar, and Gemma, who is 12, and they would absolutely love to meet you and spend a day with you, buddy.
Well, listen, man, anytime. For
Mate.
you, for Make-A-Wish, I'm in.
There's a young lady by the name of Harper. She's 11 years of age, and she's not very well, but her big dream in life is to cook with the amazing Aaron Sanchez. Would you be so kind to help grant that wish?
Yes, absolutely.
You're going to teach me how to cook, is that right? I've got 11 of those wishes that are so keen to see you across from Sydney, Melbourne, London, Zurich, and it would help tremendously if you would grant those wishes.
Well, listen, I love Make-A-Wish. So kind of easy for us. It's just a moment for us, and it makes their life sometimes. I'm in, whatever you need.
Okay, my darling. Good luck tonight, and thank you. Lots of love. Take care, darling. Bye, baby.
I'm just ringing to tell you some really good news for Owen's 4th birthday coming up. We're going to provide, obviously, the trip, airfare, etc. And I'm sure you're going to have an amazing day.
Thank you so much. He is absolutely going to love it.
Now, you ready to see? This is going to make your wish come true, my darling, because I've got some gift cards from your favourite stores. Trust me, you're going to have a blast.
So we're on our way to meet a young man, Axel. Now, he's only 7 years old, but his big dream, would you believe, is to go and visit Montana and go hiking in the mountains and take water to the animals and see those amazing skies.
Hello? Where's Axel?
Hi.
Hello, mate. Surprise, you are going to Montana. May I have a high five, please? Good to see you, buddy. So you...
Hi, I'm on YouTube.
That's for you. You got your hat ready for the hike. You got your rucksack, a little water pack in there, a little flashlight, which is really important. And then in here, oh my Lord, there's a very special gift card for you to go and buy some other goodies whilst you go on that hike. Because I know you want to bring some water to help feed the animals. Look at the sky at night. What an amazing wish. And now it's happening. Good luck, bud. I have 3 more wishes that I'm going to grant personally, again, in the UK for John, Angel, and Ryan. And I can't wait to see you guys. So that is going to be even more amazing. Good to see you, bud. Likewise. What a day, an amazing day. And we started at crack of dawn this morning. And yeah, the good news is we've gone past 24 and targeted 32, which is a dream come true for me. But getting a chance to meet these incredible kids and seeing their strength and understanding their excitement is mind-blowing. Hey, good man. Thank you. They think they've had their wish, come true. But if only they knew they've made my day. In fact, made my year. That's how important it's been.
Wow.
You know what?
Amazing.
Absolutely wow.
Amazing man. Amazing
Absolutely.
man.
Brilliant. Can I thank Mr. Gordon Ramsay for doing so many wishes for so many people? The fact that he's got all these connections. And do you know what? I don't think I'd say no to Gordon Ramsay, would you? If Gordon Ramsay phoned me up and said, AJ, would you make a young man's dream come true? But yes, okay. As long as you don't swear at me and send me out of the room, I'll do anything you want, Mr. Gordon Ramsay. He's the type of celebrity I don't think anybody would say no to. But thank you, Make-A-Wish Foundation, to all those dreams and all those support to all those kids in such a short period of time, and to do it with Gordon Ramsay, what a great show that must have been. But thank you, Make-A-Wish. You are absolutely amazing. We will continue to support you as artists, and there's plenty of artists during One Life and also all the other music associations who have often said Make-A-Wish Foundation is the foundation that I want to donate to. So it's absolutely fantastic. It's absolutely great. So let's get on with tonight's show. Let's get on to Mr. Dr. Wally Bartfay. Let's introduce him to all of you out there on Facebook, on YouTube, and also on X. Welcome to you all. We have got a great musician in the house. Okay, so let's have a little bit of your bio. Let's find out a bit about you. It says Dr. Wally Bartfay is a retired professor and a former associated dean in August 2024 for the Faculty of Health and Sciences. are we music or are we social care? I was trying to work out Faculty of Health and Social Sciences, because in the UK that means sort of like social work and social care. But for yourself, what does that mean in Canada?
Yeah. Health sciences. That's right. Yeah.
Bit of science, but we're mixing science with a bit of rock. Okay, because I said to you before the show, it was like Jack Black moment, School of Rock.
Yeah, so I got actually a nickname, the Rockin' Prof, although I usually play rock and country music. A couple decades ago, they want professors to come in. Usually you think of a professor wearing a suit and tie and, big lecture hall, 250 students. And especially the first years, they're a little bit reluctant, shy, coming out of high school. And how do you break the ice? And the best way to break the ice, as anyone knows, is music. So I'll come in wearing jeans, a cowboy hat, bring my guitar case, open it up, and they're looking at, what is this guy doing? Who is this guy? Some crazy guy up front. And then I might sing a song, and then I'll tell them a story. Now, today we're going to be talking about neurology and lecturing neurology, for example.
Fantastic.
Then I said, the connection there with music is my dad. My dad had dementia. We're going to be talking about dementia and how I used music therapy to help him with some BPSDs, which are behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia that develops later on as the disease progresses, and things like agitation and aggression and depression and hallucinations, and music is a way of it lights up the brain and ways of connecting. So if we do a CT scan of a patient with dementia, and you look at their scan, there's not much colors happening on that scan, but when you play a familiar song to them, their brains light up like a Christmas tree, literally like a Christmas tree.
So if you're going, can I get this right? If you're going for country music, they're going to be quite relaxed. If you go for house, they'll be dancing all over the floor.
Yeah, well,
if it stimulates the brain that much, is that right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter what type of music you play for that individual that they're familiar with: jazz, classical, country, rock and roll, you name it. What they were familiar with, it lights up. The temporal lobe, the frontal, parietal, cerebral cortex, limbic system, they all get blown up. And one of the last memories to go is music. If they speak several languages, if they're an immigrant, for example, and they may forget to speak their English as their second language, and they'll revert back to Italian or Russian or Spanish or whatever their primary language. But the music, that's one of the last memories to go. That's deep in the brain. So music is a way of reaching those old memories, sort of like reminiscent therapy. That you're
fantastic. So basically, what you're saying is that when my family members go or something like that, I should pop my CD in with them. So when they go, they listen to my music wherever they are. Yeah,
music they're familiar with.
Music they're familiar with. Right, I've got that. Do you know what? It's really fascinating. And I've said to you before the show, I think I'm going to find out a bit more about this, because I think our listeners also need to know more, because it's really interesting and it's a real sort of, I'd love to have been in your lectures. I used to go to school and I used to fall asleep. If I had you come into my lessons, it would have been great. I would have stayed. It sounds really cool. It's like the hip teacher. The girls in the school must have loved it. That there's like teachers coming in with his guitar, and instead of like getting your books out, you're getting your guitars out. You're having a good sing song before it all starts.
It's a lot of fun. It was a lot of fun.
That's really cool. You got some classic, in terms of your music, there's a bit of a mix there. When you send it over to me, it's a bit of a country, bit of rock. What started all that process off for you? It's a big process in terms of what you've done with your professional music and how you've used music to help others. Yeah. But when you was young, coming into music, what was it, what you wanted to do as a musician?
Yeah, when I was young, I was probably 8 or 9, and we were playing. I was living in Chateauguay, Quebec, and we wanted to get back to our community. My cousin Irene Bellin, my sister Kathy, and I, my mom, my aunts, we like to do something for our community. So we put on Christmas concerts in a senior home and a veterans home. So, this is Christmas and this is Christmas time, and it was a great time to give back our time. It was a totally charity concerts that we put on, roughly an hour long, and then my mom and my aunts would distribute cake and cookies, and we would talk with the seniors there and the veterans, and it was really really touched your heart. It really made you feel good, and you gave back to your community, and this was a very special time of the year for me. And I remember those. So that's how I got into music. I was playing accordion and, working odd jobs, painting, shoveling snow here in Canada in the wintertime, cutting grass, working in my uncle's garage, pumping oil, changing tires, trying to get money until I saved up about $50 Canadian to buy my first secondhand guitar. And then I wanted to play guitar really bad. We didn't have the internet back then, so I learned by going to the library. You took out some books and you looked at chords, and
the old-fashioned way of teaching, not sitting in front of an iPad,
Yeah, you literally played until my fingers bled out in the tool shed. That's what you did. You went out the tool shed so you wouldn't drive anybody crazy. You played it until it was late at night, and your mom was screaming at you to come inside, and your fingers were bleeding. And that's how I learned to play guitar. But ironically, that same nursing home that we used to put on Christmas concerts with, later on, my dad had a series of strokes, hemorrhagic strokes. It's a fancy way of saying a bleeding stroke. There's ischemic strokes and there's hemorrhagic. He had the ones bleeding into his brain. And he required 24 hours nursing care. He was immobile. He was bedridden. And he developed a form of dementia called vascular dementia. There's 100 different types of dementia. Alzheimer's, of course, is the most prominent. Vascular is the second most common. And he developed these BPSDs, these behavioral and psychological symptoms of dementia. And to calm him down, I would sing him even on the phone when I couldn't be there physically, because I was living in a different province at the time. I can get him on the phone, and I would sing these old folk songs we used to sing around the campfire. John Denver, Take Me Home Country Roads, for example. Cash.
I love that song. Great song.
All of these classics that he knew, and Gordon Lightfoot, great Canadian artist. So I would sing some of these, and he would immediately change his affect, his mood. If he was aggressive or he's hallucinating, he would start singing too. And music was very, very powerful. It calmed down those BPSDs. But I remember back in around 1980s, I guess that wasn't my first exposure with music as medicine. I was at the Douglas Hospital. It's a psychiatric hospital near Montreal. It's in the LaSalle, this sort of area, Laval, I should say. And there was this old piano teacher. She was 87 years old, had very severe Alzheimer's. And I was reading in her chart that, she was a piano teacher and taught high school music. And her daughter was there, and she was very dissociated from her environment. Her head was down and very disconnected. And we wheeled her in a wheelchair into they had a common room with an old stand-up piano. And I placed her hands on the keys. And within 3 or 4 seconds, her eyes, she put her hand up, her head went up, she started to smile, she started to play. And she played, and she played, and she played and you could just see the happiness and joy in her life. And her daughter was crying because her mother was so disconnected for so many. And she said, my mother, it was like flicking on a light switch. She said, music just brought her mother back to her. It was like a light switch, literally. And, there's no cure, but we can help these patients' quality of life, improve their quality of life. And here, when I was associate dean in the Faculty of Health Sciences, with staff and some graduate student, and faculty and some nurses and other staff, social workers and so forth at another hospital nearby. It's called Ontario Shore Center for Mental Health Sciences. We developed a clinical demonstration unit for dementia. And it was research and teaching students, nursing students and others, graduate students to do research. And we tried lots of different, we wanted to do non-invasive therapies with them, non-pharmacological. So we did things like reminiscent therapy that you probably used yourself in social work, to bring back old memories. You show old picture albums and you talk, what was that about? We did light therapy, and light therapy, especially in Canada and other cold countries where you might be covered up quite a bit, with long sleeves and hats and so forth. You don't get a lot of vitamin D, and vitamin D, don't get enough of it. It causes SAD, seasonal affective disorder. So we tried, and a lot of them suffer from depression, and we found that light therapy was another one. We also did some research with robots and artificial intelligence, these assisted robots. They start to recognize these BPSDs, then it can alert the nurse or staff that something's wappening. Play music.
Was the robots donated by Elon Musk? Just asking,
the robots were part of the university. It was a colleague of mine who had access to these. Okay. But we fascinating. But we did also this study with music to demonstrate clinically that it actually has benefits for decreasing these BPSDs. So we took these baseline measures and we saw how often these BPSDs were occurring, and also how often these so-called PRN medications had to be administered to calm these patients down. And we developed with the family members and loved ones a customized playlist, 20 songs, roughly. It could have been jazz and rock or classical, whatever, gospel music, whatever their favorite songs. So it was very customized to the patient, but we couldn't use headphones to deliver the music because sometimes when you have advanced dementia, you touch the patient, they may become aggressive or they take it off. Even putting a name tag on them, they'll try to remove it. It agitates them. So we got around that by using these parabolic speakers. So parabolic speakers are very unidirectional. So it would only, like if I had one here, with my hands, it would just be coming to my ears, but you sitting there next to me on screen, you wouldn't hear it right next to me. So it's a very interesting technology. They're about $75 a pair of speakers, Canadian. So it's not outrageous. We tried this music therapy, baseline, during and after several times a week. We had a colleague in business, Professor Terry Wu. He had a graduate student who did cost-benefit analysis, something called SWOT, which are strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, strengths, threats analyses, and so forth. The long and the short of it is, it's non-invasive. It was significantly reduced the need for staff to intervene to calm down these patients. If they were experiencing these BPSDs, so cost savings for hospitals. It was non-invasive. It increased their affect. Made them feel much better. There's so many benefits to music, yet it was virtually, pennies to administer. And we publish these results in peer-reviewed scientific journals, of course, the results as well, just to validate it. What we're doing, music really has many healing properties and benefits, and music. We start tracing the history of music. Man has been making music for 40 to 60,000 years ago in Slovakia. There's a cave called Witch's Cave, and that has the very, very first instrument. It has a long bone, a femur, from a bear with holes drilled in it. It was the very first flute ever made by Neanderthals. So we were making music for 40 to 60,000 years ago. And then music is medicine. Look at the ancient Greeks and even the Chinese symbol for happiness And if you look at the Chinese symbol for happiness and music, they're almost identical. We have the Chinese character. So happiness, it's over 2,000 years old, this character. The symbol for music is just has an extra line, horizontal line with 2 vertical little check marks. And that means medicine. So
fantastic. I tell you, Dr. Wally Bartfay, the show tonight, we've only got an hour. Okay, you are a typical lecturer, aren't you? Gets onto the stage and that's it. You can't keep him quiet.
I'll tell you what. The information. I can't stop with
Dr. Bartfay, this is all fascinating. And I'll tell you what, in the new year, we're going to just basically get you to come and talk to some of our indie artists and come and do a lecture on music. I told you at the beginning of the show, next year we are going to have our very first music school here at One Life, and I'll tell you what, you will be amazing, but you got to dress up and put some music on before you start, okay? Because if you go straight into it like you've done tonight, you're going to lose interest, okay? Because the viewers are gone. They're gone, okay? They love the story of music, but they've gone. They've come to hear your music, mate, and we didn't even get there. But we're going to get there for them, because it is time for you to basically play one of your songs, because it's great music and we need to hear it like the students did right at the beginning. So that lecture you just gave me, if you put one of your songs on, I think our viewers would have stayed, though. Fantastic. And the history of music is so important. And what you've done for your dad and what you've done for those dementia patients is amazing, because you have given them a new leash of life like that lady. I would have loved to have been in that room watching the daughter and the mum. I would have loved it. So let's get to your music. Let's let everybody else hear it, because I've heard it. So in relation to your music, you sent me 2 tracks through. And the first one I'd like you to tell the audience all about, if my mouse would actually work and click on. Typical, have to use a normal pad now. Stop clicking on. We've been talking for so long, you've done my mouse in. Okay, so Little Sunshine Girl, let's have that one. Tell everyone about that and why you wrote it.
Yes, it's a real fun country song. It's it's all sort of like this summer kind of theme, spending. It tells a story of a guy meets a girl out in Georgia, drives down to the Florida Keys, and spends the day, the perfect day, from morning to being the last ones on the beach at night, with amazing girl, playing in the surf, just having a perfect day, perfect weather, perfect day on the beach with the perfect girl. And
fantastic! I love the storyline behind this one.
Little Sunshine Gal, and I know you guys.
Was it you when you was a teenager? Was this come from your teenage?
All of my stories, all of my songs are based on some component of life experiences. So I always try to integrate that. Yeah, this was co-written with a colleague, an excellent musician and producer, Stephen Wrench, out in Nashville. So we co-wrote that song. It hit number 1 on the World Indie Music Chart list and the Euro Indie Music Chart lists a little while ago.
Congratulations!
Yeah, so it's our 3rd song together that we collaborate on that hit number 1.
Brilliant. Well, let's get it out to our audience. Yeah, let's give them. Go get yourself some water and a cup of tea, because you've got some more talking to do after your song. Okay. Everybody enjoy a Little Sunshine Gal as much as I did.
Down to the Florida Keys to catch a little ocean breeze. I'm driving down from the Georgia line, just picked up a bottle of sweet red wine, watching the sun come up, while sleeping in my pickup truck. She's gonna spend the day on the beach, lying down next to me, drinking that sweet red wine, playing in the surf. She's so fine, walking hand in hand, our imprints in the wet sand. You're my little sunshine girl, like a bottle, you're my genie. Out you come in your little bikini, love your wet kiss. Such sweet red lips, like a princess in a book. I love your sweet look. Love the way you taste. You're so full of grace. When you hold me in your arms, full of charm. The sun sinks into the ocean. There's so much emotion. Watching the sun disappear as we're down under the cold beer. Last ones on the beach. You're sweeter than a Georgia peach. Sun on ice, I want a big slice. Oh, my little sunshine girl, you've got my head in a whirl. You're a shell inside a pearl. You're my little sunshine girl. You're my little sunshine girl. Like a bottle, you're my Gina. Out you come in your little bikini. You're my little sunshine girl.
I love it. It's very catchy. It's one of those sort of songs that you sit at the beach at. Like you say, it's a great song. Really enjoyed it. And number one as well. I tell you what, it's hard to get a number one, especially being an indie artist, especially with so many indie artists around. It must have been amazing seeing your song right at the top.
Yeah, it is. It's an amazing feeling. You're following the charts. And like I said, this is the third song that got number one. It's collaboration with Stephen Wrench. It's just been an amazing ride for the past 2 years.
Fantastic.
Yeah,
fantastic. Right, okay, so I'm going to take you on an amazing rock journey now. We're going to bring you back to when you was at university, when you was a bit of a rock god for the students, okay? So we're going to get those guitars out. We're going to find out what the rock music of Christmas is really like. I tell you what, I'll join in the competition with you tonight. I don't normally join in, but actually I've only done twice. I did it like right at the beginning, and now I'm nearly at the end of the show. So I need to do this one. This is a good one, okay? So last time I done this, I done it with Roland Julette, and we played the game together, and it cost me £10. So I'm hoping that as you're a professor with some brains, I'm hoping that we're not going to get any wrong. And tonight I can go and spend mine down the local shop and not give it to Make-A-Wish Foundation, okay? So make sure you get all the questions right, because I'm useless at this sort of game. I might try. I'll see how I get on, okay? So these are all rock classics, okay, for Christmas, okay? And all we've got to do in 6 seconds is guess the song, okay?
We'll
don't have to guess the band. That's too difficult, and I need my money over Christmas, okay?
Let's do this, yeah.
Let's do this, okay? So I'm going to go behind the scenes as I normally do. I'll see you in a second. Here we go. I'll stay with you. It says, in a moment, you will hear 25 songs. You have 6 seconds for each answer. Now, look, I haven't got enough money for 25 songs, so we're going to do 20. Okay? So we've got 6 seconds for each one. Are you ready to go?
Let's go. Let's have some fun.
Right, let's see if you can hear it first.
Very soft.
Barely soft. That's not very good, is it? Let's see if we can turn it up a bit. Let's turn it up a bit so you can definitely hear it. Okay. I think it comes up a bit louder when the actual songs come on. So let's go for it. I don't know.
Rock Around the Christmas Tree. I'm taking a guess.
I'm taking a guess. I would have said that one.
The Ramones.
That was quite a clever one, actually. It's only because it gives you such a short period of time, doesn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Right, that's $1 to you. It's Canadian dollars. Is it Canadian dollars?
Yeah, it is dollars. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's $1 and £1. We're not doing very well. Come on, then. Let's go for it.
Oh God!
Come on, you can do this. You're a professor. I've got faith in you.
I'm thinking classic rock songs. No. Going a blank. Any idea?
And the answer is Blink 182.
I won't be home for Christmas.
That's not in our era. It's not in our era, is it? You know. I can save us. I can save us some money. I know this one.
Go for it.
Last Christmas, of course.
No, yeah, I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, we'll do that as a double.
The correct answer is Last Christmas, I gave you my heart, but the very next day. Got that one.
Yeah.
Imagine entering your name and all of a sudden all of your car finance agreements.
Go away. Stop ruining our game.
I need it.
You know that one?
Word.
Come on, I'm beating the professor. At least I've got one.
Yeah. I heard the beginning. Let's go with Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Let's go for it. It was Father Christmas by the Kinks. Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
You start off with, right? So I figured Rudolph the Red-Nosed. That's what I was thinking. I heard something. What is do?
If you're playing this game along out in the Facebook or YouTube or anything this evening, and you get every single answer right, I'll tell you what, you're doing really well because I'm really stumped.
Yeah, I think if we had more than 6 seconds, it would help.
I know. Well, I am giving you more than 6 seconds. It was the Smashing Pumpkins, Christmas time.
Yeah.
We're not doing very well between us, are we?
We got to do better.
Oh, come on. Please know this one, or I am doubling your prize money.
I was talking when it was playing.
I don't smell a minute. Hang on, let's go back because I am doubling your money if you don't get this one. You seriously don't know, do you?
I seriously don't know. Yeah, I'm going blank.
Dr. Bartfay, that is $2 Canadian from you and $1 Canadian from me. Actually, it's no Canadian dollars or no pounds from me because that is one of the most famous Christmas songs there is. Are you hanging up your stocking on the wall? Here we go. You don't get that one. Christmas, everybody's having fun. I'm having fun because I'm taking Dr. Bartfay's money to the Next to Wish Foundation. He's not guessed any of these yet, even the most simplest ones. Okay, question number 7. Okay, so you've given more than I have. Oh, I think I know this one. Oh, what's it called? For Christmas. It's in my head, but I can't get it. Come on, I'm humming it for you. You must help me out.
Is it Christmas?
Yeah, God, it's Christmas.
Is it Christmas?
It's that, isn't it? It's got to be. Come on.
Is it Christmas? Is it really?
Correct answer is Thank God it's Christmas. Yes, I got it. God, it's Christmas. Mr. Freddie Mercury there.
Yes, Mr. Freddie.
Great song. I love that song.
Oh, Freddie.
I haven't got a clue what that one is. That one's really hard.
That one's really hard, yeah. I'm going to put it a little bit closer here to me.
Yeah, I know. Let me sleep. Pearl Jam. Okay, I didn't know Pearl Jam done that. Ooh, it's another hard one. They didn't make this quiz easy, did they?
No, they didn't make it easy. No.
You know that one?
Let's just take a guess. Take Me Home for Christmas.
Okay. I like it.
Partially right. Don't shoot me, Santa.
Don't shoot me, Santa, by the Killers. Seriously? Question number 10. We're only halfway through. We're losing all our money as it is. Really? I'm really stuck.
No.
The correct answer is Little Drummer Boy.
Really? Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. Wow. Okay. We need a little bit more.
Okay. I'm going to do us both a favor here because you're absolutely useless at this, and so am I. And I think I think I'll tell you what, Kayden Gordon, can you please, next time you send a professor in, make sure you find one which can actually answer the music quiz questions. And it doesn't cost me money. Same as Roland Jet. I'll tell you what, I'm never playing a quiz game with another musician again because every time I do it, I get skinned. So thanks for that. Okay, I'm going to stop the show there on that one because I'll tell you what, we probably only got two right. So considering you had $2 for the most easiest one, I'm going to take your $10 and I'm going to give it to the Make-A-Wish Foundation, and I'll do the same. I will do $10 too. Thank you for playing our game. It's absolutely a little bit of fun, and it all goes to the Make-A-Wish Foundation. $10 each. I tell you what, this month I want to say a huge thank you to all the artists out there who have donated their music, their memorabilia. You have been so kind, giving all of your time, but also all your money to Make-A-Wish. I tell you what, they're raking it in this month. Thank you so much for all your help. I'm going to stop the screen, and we're going to find out a bit about 2024. It's been a long year, hasn't it?
It has been a hard year. It has been a hard year. It was a great year. I retired from academia in August. It was kind of a bittersweet. Doing it for decades and decades. I've taught at different universities. Here is Ontario Tech University in Oshawa, and I taught at Queen's University in Kingston and University of Windsor. So it has been a great ride. My wife retired 1 year earlier. She was also a retired professor. She's an epidemiologist. She retired a year before me.
When did you and your wife meet? Did you meet through music? Did she follow your music?
My wife's into classical music. Like, she loves Mozart. And
does she not listen to your music at all then? Does she put it to one side and say, I'm not listening to that rubbish?
Yeah, so she does. She's not into, we used to go to, back in the 80s, way back when, go dancing or something at a disco or something. But, the club. Clubbing or something, rock and rock and roll and pop, I guess, was very popular back then. She's into class. She loves Mozart. I'm a country rock sort of guy. When I was growing up, I listened to the Stones and high school AC/DC and Kiss and bands like this, and then I got
you both just basically sit in different rooms, don't you? I've got this now. You sit in different rooms. She listens to her classical, and you're jamming out in the studio, getting your next single out. That's it. So yeah, it's like, excuse me, Dr. Wally Bartfay, please will you turn it down? I'm trying to listen to my music.
That's right. Yes. Yeah.
Do you venture into classical at all when you've been writing music? Do you ever sort of like go for that genre? Because we all do as artists. We all reach out. Like mine, I've gone from pop to country to big band.
Well, I listen to a variety of music, like I'm open to all types. And, as musicians, as yourself too, that you often share music. So I might have a guy in Japan, for example, who's really into jazz. And he sends me these pieces. What do you think? And so forth. So we provide feedback back and forth. And this is sort of an international thing that happens with me, sharing, different type of genres I listen to, and I enjoy it all. It's not just, even that song, Little, that we just played, Little Sunshine Girl. Technically, it's a country rock song, but you'll see elements like the steel drum, which is Caribbean. The steel drum is in there. So you'll have elements of, when you go off to the Caribbean, I like steel drums. I like the sound of it. So we incorporated that into it. So music, it's a blending, it's a mosaic for the ear. It's it never works. It's comfort food for the ears, right? Never works. Definitely. The piece works, right? So
definitely. Well, over here it's like 7:30 now, so at the end of the day the comfort food thing's coming on for me, and we're getting towards the end of the show, but I want to give the listeners another opportunity to listen to your music, because the music's absolutely amazing. We absolutely love it on One Life. So in regarding to Cherry Hill, go on, tell everybody a bit about this music and I'll sort it out for you and put it on.
Yeah, well, Cherry Hill Gal is a country song. It hit number 1 last week under Euro Indie Network music chart lists. Last week it was number 2 last week on the World Indie music chart list, top 100. Cherry Hill Gal is about many moons ago. Your car breaks down, you're working in a tow truck, you meet this girl at the side of the road, you get talking, you go to a bar to loosen your soul, and one thing leads to another, she disappears that evening and you want to find her. So it's the story about, where have you gone? Cherry Hill Gal, where have you gone? I've been looking for you since the break of dawn. It's a real fun song. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah.
Good. Let's put it on. Let's let the listeners enjoy it, because I did enjoy it earlier when I put it on. Okay. So Cherry Hill by Mr. Dr. Wally. There you go.
World is a little country gal with cute blonde curls. I picked her up the other night, while driving my truck. She needed a tow. We got her talking and decided to go. Went to a bar to loosen our souls. We did what we should not have done, but it was a hell of a lot of fun. Cherry Hill Gal, now I'm on the run. Cherry Hill Gal, where have you gone? Well, I've been looking for you, it's almost dawn. Stuck in my head like an erotic dream. Us together like the cherries on cream. When am I gonna have a taste? Thoughts of pure desire won't put out my fire. I've been putting in overtime, trying to get you out of my mind. Oh, such a feeling's coming over me. Take me, honey, turn my key. Perhaps it was a drink or two, or just fooling around with you. Cherry Hill Gal, you're a pure delight. Ever since we met that magical night, looking for you since the break of dawn. Cherry Hill Gal, where have you gone? Cherry Hill Gal, where have you gone? Understand, I'm just a simple man playing in this country band. I know it sounds like overkill, but I need to get that Cherry Hill thrill. Now I've got the whiskey blues, 'cause I can't find you. I've been looking for you since the break of dawn. Cherry Hill Gal, where have you gone? Cherry Hill gal, where have you gone? Well, I've been looking for you, it's almost dawn. Stuck in my hair like a rotted dream. Us together like cherries on cream. When am I gonna have a taste? Thoughts of pure desire won't put on my fire. I've been putting in overtime, trying to get you out of my mind. Cherry Hill gal, where have you gone? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Where have you gone? Cherry Hill gal, where have you gone?
I love it. I'll tell you what, you're a typical musician, isn't it? He was writing down lyrics and he was listening to his own song thinking, I've got an idea for my next song. We all do it. We all listen back to our own songs and all of a sudden there's I don't know whether it's a lyric or a note. There's something which gives us our next song and we all sit there singing our own songs. It's like, I've got it. I've got an idea for the next song. You could be on a radio. Yeah, you could be on a radio show. You could be out with your friends. You could be just doing something and all of a sudden.
I always carry a notepad and I start writing down lyrics. That's what I do.
I don't know if you music-wise, how far your music palette goes, but when I was growing up, sort of in the 80s, and sort of in the 90s, it's listening to like Eminem and things like that, and the way he in his film 8 Mile went around with his sticker album and like his notes, constantly writing out lyrics. I'm thinking, do you know what? I always used to think, do you know what? That must be so boring. Every single 5 minutes writing on your hand to do a song. But I've been doing that as a songwriter everywhere I'm going. I just put it in my mind. Definitely, always carry one. If anyone's going to give you a top tip as a songwriter, make sure you've got plenty of sticky notes. or make sure you've got your phone open on notes at all times because you're going to be listening to a song and you're just going to write it down. Anyway, 2025, mister. What's going to be alive in 25? Are we going to be producing the next single, the next album, going on tour? What are we going to be doing?
Yeah, well, I'm working on 2 songs now. Again, it's a collaboration with Stephen Wrench. We have a song we're going to be releasing in January called Summer of 85. It's going back to my glory days back in Montreal, 85. Best kind of, if I can turn back time and freeze it would be the 85. Everything was just.
Everyone would freeze the 80s. It's the best time. Come on. Even the youngsters sing our songs in the 80s.
Yeah.
It was just the best time, wasn't it?
So it's, Summer of 69. We're all familiar with that great song. This is kind of, people ask me, is it similar? I said, no, it's kind of the next phase, the story after what happened in 69. So Summer of 85.
Summer of 85. I like that.
Yeah, Summer of 85. And then we have one called Ripples of Time. And Ripples of Time tells a story about Hollywood. It's an actress who's growing old, starting to get gray hairs, and her getting less calls to appear in films, or wrinkles and so forth are setting in. And it's just how Hollywood kind of destroys some of these idols, and she ends up committing suicide. And she's looking at her own gravestone, and
nice. It's a bit grim.
It has a dark character, but it's a comment, an editorial on Hollywood and what Hollywood does to their stars. Time is true. Hollywood's really a young person's kind of arena, if you want.
I think, you know what? That's one of the things. It's one of the things that I'm going to cover in the music school that I do, in terms of looking after yourself, in terms of not letting the music industry take you to a place where, like you say, so far that you get involved in drugs and alcohol, and you distance yourself away from life. And we say this at One Life, your mental health and your emotional health is the biggest thing to becoming a star. If you want to become a star in the music industry, whether you're an indie artist or whether you're a pop artist, you can make it, but you've got to keep your brains in a situation where you look after it, you look after yourself, you don't get involved in all of these things. I love the message behind that song. And I'll tell you what, that'd be a great idea to be able to give to a charity of some sort, but great song.
Yeah, well, we can talk about that. Absolutely. That would be great. I would be open to that. I think it's
definitely. We'll come up with an idea.
It's the mental health sort of message I wanted to get across. And
that's really great. It sounds really good. So in terms of people keeping an eye on your music, we at the beginning of the show, we put your bio up, we put your links up. Where's everybody going to be hearing your music apart from in the charts, young man? Every time you mentioned it, it was like, yeah, I was number one, and the top 100 is everybody listening to me. I was in number one. Congratulations, that's amazing. So
well, I'm on all the social medias, you name it, I'm on it. So everything from Facebook's X, used to be called Twitter, Instagram, anything that comes out, I tend to post it there. Have a YouTube channel with some music videos on Vivo. I have music videos on Vivo too. So if you have a chance, please check it out. Always happy to have people not only listen and comment. I like to read them and get feedback.
Fantastic. I'll tell you one person you have forgotten. He's going to shoot you after the show. Your music will be played on the Kayden Gordon show.
Oh,
and he's going to shoot you.
That's right.
I love how Kayden Gordon's put you forward, but you didn't mention Kayden Gordon.
Yeah. Well, here you have a young man who's very dynamic and hardworking.
To butter him up now, you forgot about him.
Yeah, I don't know anybody else who's of that age and has accomplished so much, in radio.
It's amazing, man.
And he's a real dynamo. So he's doing amazing stuff. Yeah, really amazing stuff.
He is. And Kayden, I know you're listening to the show, young man, and we're only jesting at you, but he did forget. All right, so don't be too hard on him. I've been hard on him this evening. I've given him a really difficult music quiz, and we've had some laughs and jokes. Okay, so I've been hard on him. Is there anyone, Dr. Wally Bartfay, is there anyone you want to say thank you to in relation to supporting you as a musician?
Yeah, well, I mentioned the collaboration that I've done with Stephen Wrench. He's he's produced a lot of platinum albums. He's worked with great bands, everyone from, Leonard Skinner to you name it. He's practically worked with them over 50 years. And he's been kind of mentoring me, if you want. We've done some collaborations. Cherry Hill Gal, for example, had Tom Petty on it on guitar. He passed away, but he recorded the instrumental a little while ago and sent me this. And, can you do some? How about we do some lyrics with it? And, that collaboration, it really turned out well. A big shout out to him. And, I also like to thank my, my former students, for supporting me and pushing me. I really got back into writing music and, producing it, professionally in studio and so forth during COVID, because here in Canada, like around the world, we were locked down. And, I went down to the basement, dusted off the old guitar, started to get into serious writing music again, and recording it professionally and so forth. And so COVID, although it had a lot of negative things globally, for me, it was my second career, my rediscovering of music again. And, and all that connections with music and medicine and dementia really happened around that time.
Dr. Wally Bartfay, I tell you what, please do not go into any award shows because they only give you 30 seconds to say thank you, not 30 hours, okay? Kayden Gordon, have a word with your musician and get him to cut his timescales down a bit because he won't be able to carry anything off the stage because the security guards will be taking him off the stage. Dr. Wally Bartfay, you've been an amazing guest, absolutely amazing guest. Thank you for playing the games. Thank you for watching Mr. Gordon Ramsay with me right at the beginning. It was an absolutely amazing video tonight, and I really enjoyed it. I want to thank everybody out there in YouTube, Facebook, X, all of my listeners who have joined me, all of my artists who joined me. It's growing bigger and bigger and bigger over these next few months. I'll tell you, if we like this in the next few years, I'm going to have to, I don't know, find another StreamYard co-host, I think, because it's getting big. I've enjoyed the time with you this evening. Tomorrow evening, remember to come to the Christmas party. There's only one party in town this year, and it is one live Christmas party, because I'm going to be sitting here playing all your Christmas songs, and we're going to have a party together. And I think my work colleague said, you know what, if you want a Coke or two, you know, you can have one. I think they meant beer, but, you know, I'll see what I'm like, you know, because I've got to work on Friday. But, you know, it is nearly Christmas. We are going to have a party. I'm looking forward to entertaining you. And I'm also looking forward to taking your money for the Make-A-Wish Foundation. All right. Have a great evening, everybody. I'm going to say good night to this young man as I prepare to put your musics on the song list, okay? And there's some crackers coming up. See you tomorrow night, everyone. See you later, mister. Good night.